So our another example from the natural emulsion obtained from animal sources. Obtained from animal sources. As we discussed, our wool fat kind of emulsifying agent in our previous slide. So in our this slide, we will discuss our onward portion, right? So let's say that is a egg yolk, egg egg yolk, right? It is a I think all you are familiar with the egg, right? Egg after boiling, right? After boiling it become a hard, right? It become a solid, right? Then after the divided into two portion, right? It gives a two part. One is yellowish part and second is whitish part, right? Means there is formation of two portion after the boil to egg, right? the the yellowish portion are called the egg yolk. Yellowish portion are called the egg yolk, and the white portion called as a proteinous part of our egg, right? So you remember that is egg yolk are the yellowish portion of our egg, right? So from that egg yolk are also used as a emulsifying agent, right? Also used as a emulsifying agent, not from the taken from the uh, egg directly, for the various performing various kind of chemical reaction that time. After that it developed, right? So just you for your kind of information, I told you egg yolk are the yellowish portion of our egg, right? Then but in for the emulsion, that is egg yolk act as a or used as a emulsifying agent, right? It is mainly used in a specific kind of preparation for internal use because it get spoiled during the transportation, right? Means egg yolk are not commonly used for the specific kind of preparation for the specific kind of occasion, and for the preparation of only one internal kind of emulsion, the egg yolk are used as a emulsifying agent, right? Not for the externally applied emulsifying agent. It is only prepared only include in the formation of orally administered emulsifying agent, right? And it has a one disadvantages, that is it become if we prepare a emulsion with a egg yolk kind of emulsifying agent, it become a spoiled or it become a degraded during the transportation. That's why we should remember that egg yolk are very or rarely usable emulsifying agent, right? Not a commonly used. It is used only on a specific kind of occasion, right? Then egg yolk contain emulsion need to add a preservative in it and may store in a refrigerator, right? As we know that is already we have discussed in our previous slide, that is discuss the emulsion, that is a natural emulsion obtained from vegetable source. So they also required some preservative, right? They also required some preservative. So as like this, egg yolk containing emulsion also need a preservative. If our emulsion containing egg yolk, that time we should also need to add a preservative for the preservation purpose. And there is a also recommendation for the storage condition, right? Storage condition, if our preparation containing egg yolk, that time we should store it in a refrigerator. Use Store it in a refrigerator, right? Means it should be kept in a or should be keep in a cool place, right? It Cool place, right? Otherwise it become a spoil, right? It become a degraded or it become a spoil, because it contain a proteinous part of our proteinous part, right? Egg yolk is a protein part, right? So that's why there's a recommendation for addition of preservative along with should be stored in a cool condition, that is a refrigerator is a one kind of device, you all know it, right? So you should remember this thing, right? Then in concentration between 12 to 15% act as a emulsifying agent. Means there is also specification or a statement of our or given one concentration of means how much concentration we should used, right? That is, and then after that it will give a emulsifying effect, right? That is the 12 to 15%. 12 to 15% concentration is recommended for the use of egg yolk as an emulsifying agent for the preparation of internally used emulsion, not externally, only internally used, that is OW kind of emulsion. Internally generally we already studied, that is OW kind of emulsion, that is oil in water kind of emulsion, are generally administered by oral route. It is, and it is safe for oral administration, right? So you just remember these small things, small things, that is the concentration, then the addition of preservative, then should be keep in refrigerator, right? And should be used for the preparation of only internal kind of emulsion, and it get spoiled during the transportation. Then you should remember all the small things, right, carefully. Become, because it should be, and by understanding or by remembering this small point, we can become able to form a stable kind of emulsion, right? So this is all about our second example from the natural emulsifying from the animal sources, right? So let's see, go to the our another example from the animal sources, right? Gelatin, right? Gelatin is a actually gelatin obtained from the animal sources, that is the another part, that is a intestinal part. The main source of gelatin is a fish, skin of fish. We can obtain the, or we can found the gelatin from the, or make a gelatin from the fish, skin of fish. Also some intestinal part of our animals also used to form or produce gelatin, right? Or manufacturing gelatin are the one best example of gelatin is our capsule cell, is our capsule cells. Whatever capsule we are taking, right? We are taking that capsule are generally made up of the gelatin. That capsule are made up of generally gelatin, and gelatin are very are degradable. Means we can easily digest the gelatin, right? We can easily digest the gelatin. You know, that is after administration of capsule, that capsule become easily absorbed and digest, right? And we will get a active effect, therapeutic effect, right? So gelatin is a, it is a another part, right? It is a capsule cell, it is another part. You already studied in your tablet doses form, right, in first year, right? So gelatin, so gelatin also act as a gelatin powder, not a cell, capsule cell, it is gelatin powder. Gelatin powder also act as an emulsifying agent if we used it in a concentration that is 1%. If we use a 1% solution of gelatin, that time it act as a emulsifying agent, it act as a emulsifying agent, right? That is a, you should remember, that is a concentration that is 1% gelatin we can use as a emulsifying agent, right? Then emulsion containing liquid paraffin made with gelatin. Prepared emulsion is quite white and have a agreeable taste. Means what, say this sentence, that is, if our preparation as like our starch, starch, whenever we are going to prepare the enema kind of emulsion, we should specific, there is a recommendation of specific recommendation of addition of starch as a emulsifying agent. So as similar, like if our also the erismos for the, if our emulsion contain the liquid cod liver oil, that time recommendation that is used to should be used erismos as emulsifying agent, right? So as similar, like if our preparation, or if we are going to prepare a liquid paraffin kind of emulsion, or we should dispense the, or we are going to dispense the liquid paraffin as a emulsion dosage form. That time there is a recommendation of use of gelatin as a emulsifying agent. 1% gelatin should be used as a emulsifying agent for the preparation of emulsion which is contain liquid paraffin, right? Liquid paraffin is a medicated oil, it has a medicated value, right? And after that, this gelatin gives a quite white color, white appearance, and small degree disagreeable taste, means some small kind of unpleasant taste, means it totally remove marks the 99% of taste of liquid paraffin, right? We don't we sorry we can't administrate liquid paraffin as it is. We can't administrate the liquid paraffin as it is, because it gives a disagreeable taste and odor also. Okay, so that's why whenever we are going to prepare a liquid paraffin kind of emulsion, we should add a gelatin as a preservative, emulsifying agent, right? And due to this, it give a white color to the emulsion, right? Also small agreeable taste, agreeable taste. Then gelatin contain emulsion need to preserve with a suitable preservative, because it's prone to bacterial growth, it's prone to bacterial growth. So there is also one recommendation, that is for the preservation purpose, for the preservation of our emulsion containing gelatin, we should add a specific or suitable kind of preservative, as like our egg yolk kind of emulsion. The egg yolk are also prone to the bacterial growth, then gelatin also prone to the bacterial growth, right? Because it is obtained from the animal sources, right? And animal sources, and it contain the carbohydrate, protein, and these are the protein, carbohydrate, cholesterol, fat. These are the media these are the media. It acts as a media for bacteria, and bacteria easily grow on the carbohydrate, protein, then fat, cholesterol, right? That's why, because of this reason, it contains this kind of material, this, and because of this reason, the recommendation of addition of preservative for the preventing the spoiled and decomposition, degradation of our particular emulsion. Because these things, that is cholesterol, protein, then carbohydrate, are very prone to bacterial growth. Bacteria are easily developed on it. That's why recommendation of addition of proper or suitable kind of preservatives, right? So as like our means our both kind of, as like our both kind of emulsifying agent, that is obtained from vegetable source and obtained from animal source, are needed to add a preservative for their preservation, right? It need a preservative. So this is all about our classification, that is natural form of emulsifying agent, that is vegetable sources and animal sources. So in vegetable sources, we cover the gum, acacia, tragacanth, agar, pectin, starch, erismose. Then from the animal sources, we discuss the wool fat, egg yolk, gelatin, right? So this is all about our emulsifying agent obtained from naturally, right? So I think you are understand here, right? So our next classification our next classification we will discuss in our another slide, right?